So this is probably the last one, and this is what metrics could we use to evaluate the success of our partnership? Let's say that it's $300 a month and a guy pays us $300 a month for 12 months. We never get the first referral. What are you going to do? You know what I do? Before we ever got to 12 months, at the
Yeah.
end of the 90 days, I would be saying, listen, bro, the $300 a month you're paying helps sustain the program. It helps me pay for the web people. But guess what? I'm after leads. I need leads.
Hmm.
So if I couldn't get an agreement up front on cross promotion, videos, all kinds of things, the fact of the matter is getting a spot on your website or blog, your partner vendor, if I can't do educational videos about this, that, or the other, then that's not of value to me because I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the referrals
Yeah.
to build my customer base. Okay, so I wouldn't let it go that far. So we have to ask, say one, what are the KPIs? Are they number of referrals? Are they, all these things? There's a whole bunch of them we could name, but my goal was just to get you guys thinking here.
Mhm.
But we have to have measurements. How do we tell if it's successful or not? So the website's full of people and you're making $120,000 a year in income. Is that successful enough? Do you care about the referrals? I would. But we had clients that have made over $100,000 a year doing this and I'm sharing it with the inspector and they're happy with that. So if they don't get a referral from them ever, fine. They're still brand building, you still being a thought leader.
Hmm.
Some of the other goals are just not getting leads. Okay, so you have to kind of think through it. If the person's just paying me a nice fee and I'm not getting leads, am I okay with that? That's a business owner decision, but that's why I have this. How are we gonna measure success with each individual partner? So, so that's that. If they don't have anything to offer, if we can't cross promote, how many cross promotions did we get? How many offers did they make? I mean, I would be putting KPIs or key performance indicators around it so I could evaluate each one against the key performance indicator. So if I said I need 12 leads in 12 months, that's one a month, but I'm not getting any, that's a
Hmm.
failure. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm talking to the person. What can we do what can I do to get more leads from your firm? Okay, but if we don't have these measurement tools in place, how are we going to judge? We're just shooting in the dark. Okay, so all right, I think that was it. I think KPIs was my last one. I'll connect with us. You already connected with me.
Hmm.
Any thoughts or questions? No, Brad's got to get out of here. But Keith, anything? I still see that look like, ooh, this looks like a lot of new
Oh,
stuff.
I can, I guess in my situation, I would probably sell the ad to and put it on put it on the website and promote them, you know, this is our trusted partner, they would give like a special discount to our customers versus trying to get leads from them. I mean, I think it'd be hard to get leads from them, but that's just my thoughts on that.
So remember on the slide one, what we said, what's our goal? What's our goal? Okay, so our goal, you told me right now is build relationships. That was the first thing you said. That's
Oh,
important because you know
true.
what?
Oh, true. It's build relationships, but I don't. I think that when we're looking at trying to cross market to another service company where they cannot offer us nothing in return, where they're just getting plumbing work or air conditioning work, and their client base is not looking for home inspections. It's a different story, I guess. But if you look like what I do is I cross market to mold remediators and I do their mold inspections and testing. So that's been
Mhm.
a good relationship for us. And that's been, Bill way, bring them out to lunch. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? What kind of projects you going on? Where you're at. And, it kind of recips like that. If they need, they'll tell their client will call me and so on.
So for you, leads from these other vendors, from certain types of vendors, don't matter. Leads from other types of vendors do matter.
They
So
do.
when you're looking out to build out your list, think your goal from this vendor is leads or revenue, one or the other or both.
Right.
So you'd have to make a vendor by vendor discussion. And that's what we said in the very beginning when you're looking at this, what's your goals? But some of them you might want to become an influencer through. Okay. And some of you might want to just be a knowledge expert. Some you might want to collect money. Some you can get leads. So you have to really think through it. But I
Sure,
think
and I think Brandon
identifying
with the
your,
roofer, I mean, with the roofing situation, yeah, I've got three roofers I recommend, right?
Mhm.
And they refer back to me, and it's just to be sipping back and forth, and and it's worked out good like that. I mean,
Mhm.
will they pay for an ad? I mean, I don't know. I've got to figure out how I can just approach them and say, look, I'm putting a preferred vendors list. Would you like to be on it? Just
Yeah, I would never say that, because then, it's
well, I
like, do
can't.
you want a
I'm
membership
just
to the
talking off the
gym?
cuff right now.
Yeah, yeah. And Dill, if you'll look and you don't have to say it now, but let's look and see if there's a cheap and easy way that if we can figure out who's paying for ads. I know SpyFu and others allow us
Oh,
to
yes.
determine who's paying for ads, but let's look and see that we can offer these guys that information. So I'll chit chat with you about it this afternoon about it after this call. But if we could
Yes,
do a
sir.
way that way, or have them teach them a way in which they could figure it out, because those that are paying for ads are willing to pay for ads, and they're paying for cold leads. You're providing warm leads, okay, and that's a whole different story. That's the ones that. But if you know they're paying for leads, then that makes a big difference.
Yeah,
Makes a big difference, because if they won't pay you for warm leads, then they're not a very good business person.
right.
All right. Anything else, Keith, Mr. Keith? Anything on this topic? I know this is one you wanted to hear more about, so I
Yep.
picked it up and threw it out there. There's probably 60 questions I had written over the last 2 months about this program. The things I'd want to know. Some are variations of others. I've just had brainstorming sessions about some of these things. But we can cover some more. But
I
um,
I have something to say real quick.
sure, Beth.
I think we need to really be able to help these guys promote if they decided to do something like this to help them, because what I've found in talking to different inspectors about the program and about pretty much anything, they have to have a little bit of sales about what they're selling or promoting. And I think that's what hinders a lot of them. They don't really know how to promote it. I
Hmm.
mean, just like, the security systems and all these other things. I mean, they're things that can help either their client or their vendor. They just don't know how to do it. So if we could come up with something that could help them be able to make the approach to whomever easier for them, I think once they, got the first one or two or three, they'd be great. But I think that's the big problem. They don't know how to do it.
Hmm. Well, I'll tell you, I think that's a great idea. And certainly in Home Inspector Help, we'll be teaching those strategies. Home Inspector Huddle, this is really more of just a discussion about it, but anybody certainly can jump over and grab a membership to Home Inspector Help. It's inexpensive and it's awesome. But but I think that's true. I think that people that haven't had any experience, if they gain a little confidence in themselves, but when I go out there and look to sell somebody something, and I've been in this sales and marketing business my whole life, the first thing I want to know is, what's in it for them, by doing it. So let's say that I have the well program. What's in it for a consumer by being involved or getting a well warranty or well service or whatever it happens to be? What's in it for them? Okay, and then once I understand what's in it for them, it's easy to talk about that. Okay, so I'm not selling anybody anything. I'm just sharing with you information about what's in it for you by this program. Okay, if you're interested, fantastic. If you're not, I get it. But here's what you're going to gain by doing it, what this means to you by doing it. And when you approach people that way, then you don't come off as a salesman, you come off as an information purveyor. And that's what they want to see from their home inspector. They want the home inspector to educate them and provide them information that they can act on, but they have to understand what's in it for them before they act. Everybody does. I mean, nobody buys anything until they understand what's in it for them. So teaching home inspectors how to look at it, we don't want to sell features. We want to share benefits. What's the benefit of the product or service for the consumer or whoever your target audience is? So once they understand that concept, then this whole thing becomes way easier. For Keith, for instance, what's in it for the service contractor, whoever it happens to be, whatever class of business they're in, happens to be more warm leads from a trusted resource. I mean, that's what they care about. I mean, That's all they care about. They can get warm leads from somebody they know, like, and trust. Okay, that has a relationship with these vendors. That's all it's about. And once we approach it that way, then it's super easy. Now, whether we can get reciprocal leads or whatever, that's by group. Some are really easy to get reciprocal leads. Some aren't because of the business they're in. But I think the thing about it is approaching people, what's in it for them, about the product or service is really, that's the easy way to go about it because that's all people care about. They don't care
It's
about the
like,
features.
with my mold testing, I've for the longest time always wanted to go approach allergists. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That would be the best feeder for my mold inspection company. And it's
Hmm.
just I haven't done it. I've just lazy and just have not identified those allergists that would probably refer me so much work because they have what? Ill people in their office.
Yeah,
Trying to make
not only that, but our allergy.
trying to make their home environment better.
Yeah, our allergist asked me in Atlanta, how do I know what's going on in your home? You got pets, you got smoke, you got this, that. And I mean, they were trying to figure it out in the office,
Yeah,
but if they had somebody come out and do it, but you're right. But you know what, Keith? Direct mail lends itself very well to that because an effective direct mail, what's in it for the allergist? It's want to make your patients better, learn what their environment's about at home from an objective professional. Now you got their attention. Okay, they're going to
right,
read on. Okay,
right,
I'd do a postcard. Hell, I wouldn't put it in an envelope. I'd make it bright in your face, crazy colors.
right.
Receptionist's going to get it and say, "Oh, this is pretty cool." She'll share it with somebody who's important. Somebody who's important will recognize it. But that's a tremendous direct mail opportunity.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Might
it's
talk about that.
Yeah, because everybody on the internet is, there's just so much clutter, so much, in the old days. But the people's mailboxes are way emptier.
Oh,
Maybe
oh,
it's way
definitely,
more empty.
definitely.
Ken's gonna say emptier.
Emptier.
Yeah. I don't know if that's right or not, but who cares? I said it.
It's empty. It is empty.
Yeah. So it's a lot less full.
Yeah,
So dropping a great postcard in there that's really super colorful about what's in it for the allergist. In this case, it's what's in it for the patient, but what's in the
yep,
allergist too. Want to make a
yep,
better diagnosis for your patient to help them get
right,
over their allergies,
right,
learn what's happening at home from a professional.
yep.
So
Exactly.
it's a good pitch.
Beth, I
And you're
might
right.
call you on that next week.
Yeah, that's a great source of
It's not
revenue
like I have
too.
enough irons in the fire right now.
Mhm.
You don't have to be an
Okay.
octopus if you get any more arms in a fire.
I know, I know. We actually have a phone conversation tomorrow at 2:30 with the federal trademark lawyer. So
Yeah, that's always interesting, isn't it?
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think we've crossed a lot of hurdles lately.
good, good,
So
fantastic.
just moving forward.
Any topic ideas you want to hear more about next week?
Not right off the bat. Let me
Okay.
think about it.
Don't think I've run out of ideas. I just was
Oh, I
asking.
know. I'm just trying to think what could benefit everyone as far as, getting more leads from, potential home buyers
Yeah, I think
and how
that
to reach them and how to reach
yeah,
them.
I think that I'm going to continue on the series of in a post-Setzer world, how are we going to replace those referrals you don't get? Talking
Right.
about some strategies, Google My Business, how to boost your profile, a few things like that that generally would be very helpful to do it. Because, the internet's going to be one of a multi-pronged approach to get additional leads, but there's going to have to be other things besides that.
I
So we'll
think the
keep on driving.
visits to the open houses are going to be increasing.
It's never been one of my strategies, but we can
I,
certainly teach it because now it's taken on a
has it
whole new
has it not
dynamic.
been one of yours?
Open houses, you know what I don't like about it, Keith? It's not that it's not effective, because I think it is effective, but it's a lot of work for a little return. So if I could talk to a bunch of people way easier and convey the right message, I get a bigger return. But here I have to go out and see each individual on a Sunday at their open house with an apple and a bottle of water, and that's
Right.
good.
Right.
But a lot of times if their open house is busy, they don't really want to fool with you, and
Well, if you can
it's
maybe co-sponsor the open house with the agent, that way you can, linger there a little bit longer and maybe
mhm,
talk to the potential home buyers,
mhm,
that are coming through and maybe have a visual, that of what a home inspection is and why it's important for you to have and try to grab those potential home buyers as they're coming through.
hmm. Yeah, there's no question that it's a high effort, low value for me. So when I look at the matrix, I'm saying, okay, I can take that same time and reach 50 people through a direct mail piece, or 100 people through the internet or whatever. So, but it
Right.
is an effective strategy, and I'm not saying I have anything against it. Please know that.
Oh, no,
Except that's been my only thing. But now, if we switch, the buyer's agent's been jettisoned, and the seller's agent is now actually doing their job, and having these open houses become a big thing again, absolutely would we teach that strategy? Because now you can go to 10 in one neighborhood,
right.
and try to meet the buyer. I would actually develop just what you said, cross marketing between that agent for that open house. And I'd have a QR code and everything else. I would be selling pre-listing inspections all day long on that,
Right.
as a co-sponsorship. So anyway,
We'll
well,
see.
great.
We'll see what the inventory does as far as the pre-listing. It looks like the inventory is starting to increase now, simply because the inflation has caused such a strain on the consumer where they're not purchasing houses. And I've noticed that in the last 2 weeks, even with the interest rate going down, I thought, oh wow, everybody's going to buy houses, and they're not. They are not out there. Inventory keeps on going up, and the buyers are just sitting on the side. And I know what they're waiting for. They're waiting for elections.
Yeah, consumer confidence is pretty much at an all-time low right now.
Right, right.
So Beth and I would like to buy that piece of farmland in East Tennessee, but you know what I said to Beth? I'm sitting on the sidelines and see what happens.
Oh, come on,
So
Ken, get off that
even
money.
for us, and I do see some more inventory, but one of the things about it is, if you've got land, there's only so much of that they're pretty much sticking to their price. You'll see some small reductions, but not much. But I think after the election, as the economy picks up and goes again, then what happens is others will put their listings on the property and the pricing will become more competitive again. So I don't want to overpay, but it's
Right,
bigger than that. I said to Beth, I just don't feel confident making another purchase right now that size, because who knows what's going to happen.
right, right.
Um, and most people feel that way, as they're sitting on the side waiting to see. And the election is around the corner, so it's just what, 85 days or something. So
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not too long.
right.
All right, Mr. Keith. Well, listen,
Hey, bud.
anything you need, you let us know, okay?
Yeah, I'll be in touch with you guys.
Okay. See you later.
Okay. Ciao.
Bye now.